Hi there, my name is Ben. In this video, I want to demonstrate step by step on how to use Microsoft Word for beginner. Now, the first thing you need to understand is that Microsoft Word is found in a Office suite, which means it contains many programs that can be used to create documents, to create forms, to create presentations, and even to do some calculations. For example, in Microsoft Suite, there is Microsoft Excel, we have Microsoft Teams, we have OneDrive, we have OneNote, we have Outlook, we have PowerPoint, and we have projects. All those programs are used differently based on the user's need. For example, if you want to do some simple calculations, you're going to use Microsoft Excel. If you want to create a presentation, you're going to use PowerPoint. If you want to write a document, be it a research paper, be it an essay, be it a report, you're going to use Microsoft Office. In today's video, I want to take you step by step on how to use Microsoft Office for beginner. Let's get started. Now, the first thing to do, ensure that you have Microsoft Office installed in your computer. Microsoft Office can be found in many versions. You have Microsoft Office 2007, 2010, 2013, 2016, 2019, and currently we have Microsoft Office 2021. All these programs are used in similar way. There are no major improvement that can limit you from using one version and the other. Personally, I'll be demonstrating using Microsoft Office 2016 installed in a Mac computer, and I'll take you step by step. Step number one, open your program, that is Microsoft Word. You're going to have an interface of the first appearance of Microsoft Word. The moment you open it, it will appear as you can see here. These are the templates. These templates are based on the recently used or the ones that I frequently use, as you can see here. And down here, you're going to have the recent documents that I have worked on. All these are the recent documents. And if you want to open a specific templates that you do not have among the templates available here, there are two options. You can either click more templates or you can click new. If you click new, you're going to have a list of so many templates that you can choose from. Now, once you choose the template that you want, or once you know the template you want, you can simply type it here. If you want to write a CV, you can just write a CV there, and you're going to have a result of so many templates to choose from. Now, the template you choose from will be based on the type of the CV you want to create. For example, if you want a CV that has an image or your image, you probably want to go with this template or 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 this template. So you can see clearly the moment you open a template, it will appear directly as it is in that particular template. Now, our concern is not the template. Our concern is to open a blank document and work from it there. So we open a blank document so I can demonstrate to you. So every time you want to write an essay, you want to write a report, you want to write a CV, you want to write anything you want to write, you just come to template section, select the type of writing you want, and you can search as explained. You can use this tab and search here at the top, just type what you want, and Microsoft will provide so many results for that, and then you can choose from one. Now, in our case, we can open a blank document by double clicking a blank document, or we can highlight as it is highlighted, and then at the bottom here we click create, then it automatically opens us into a blank Word document. Now, in a blank Word document, the first question that comes in is, what do I see in a blank Word document? As you can see here, there are so many things that are here, and a beginner may not understand them because these commands are so many and they vary. So the commands are based on the function that you want to do, but basically this is how a Word document program appears. The first thing here is that you have arrangement of tabs. These are called tabs, and these are called shortcuts that you have created. You can remove all these shortcuts. This is called the title of the document. Currently, we are calling it document 1 because that's how normally it's named by default. Then we have tabs here. Then we have so many commands that are available in this tab. So every tab is going to have different commands. In our home tab, we can see so many commands here that are guiding us step by step on what we want to do to our particular Word document. So the tabs, you have Home tab is the tab that provides the commonly used commands. So Home tab will provide the commonly used commands. Then you have Insert tab. Insert tab helps you to insert anything you want into a Word document. If you want to insert a video clip, if you want to insert a chart, if you want to insert a picture, if you want to insert a table, you'd want to come to Insert tab. If you want to draw anything on your document, you want to come to Draw. Draw is simple. You just select the pen you want, and then you ensure the Draw button is active. Then you'll be able to draw the specific thing that you want to draw. Now, from Draw, the next one is Design. Design only help you to come up with a design page. So how do you want your document to appear? If you want your document to appear like this, you just click on it. Then everything you type here is going to take the form of the design that you have selected. Then the layout. Now the layout helps you to design if you want to have a landscape document or a portrait document. Now the one we have here currently, it's a portrait document. If you want to change orientation, this is called orientation, this is portrait. If you want to make it landscape, it will be more of horizontal rather than vertical. Then you have the reference. Reference is a tab that helps you to insert references in your document. It helps you to put footnote and endnote. It also helps you to do other things like referencing using additional programs and so on and so forth. Mailing is used to create a mailing list where you can email many people using the same document, but instructing what document to replace their names and maybe address, maybe location, maybe phone number, maybe their name, and so on and so forth. So mailing is just helps you to send multiple emails to different people using a simple template of our document. Then we have the Review tab. Review tab helps you to look at the document in terms of spelling. The thesaurus is used to provide words with different meaning, that is synonyms. Helps you to create word count. It helps you to review a document in terms of accepting changes, rejecting changes. If someone edit your document and you don't want a change, you can track those changes that a person has done on your document and so on and so forth. Then you have the tab called View. View tab helps you in terms of how do you interact with the document. For example, you have the print layout. Print layout is a simple layout. You have a web layout. You have an outline. You have a draft. All those can also be done simply from the bottom of your Word document at the right hand bottom corner. Then from View you have developers option. This is rarely used by many users, mostly students and the scholars. They rarely use this. This tab can also be removed if you want to remove it. Then you have the Zotero tab and the Grammar tab. Now these tabs are not primarily there. They are not primarily there, so you add them if you want to add them. So I'll show you how to add tabs and remove tabs. In the meantime, let's look at what is inside every tab. Now, what is inside every tab are called commands, and commands are organized into groups. These groups are, you can see here, we are in the Home tab. This group is called Clipboard group. This is called Font group. This is called Paragraph group. This is called Style group. This is Language tool, and you have Grammarly. Now, this Grammarly, again, I said it can be removed because I'm the one who added it. Even the Zotero tab I added it, so you most likely not find it in your Word document once you install it. So in every group, there are specific commands that are in line with the name of that group. Now, clipboard, as we know it, it is used for copy pasting. So if you copy something and you can copy it here, so this is the copy function. So if you have some text here, first of all, you need to highlight it. You can see with the moment you highlight it, these tools become active. You can see now they are not active. But if you type something here and you highlight it, you can see this is called a cut, this is called a copy, and this is called a copy formatting. So it will copy with the specific formatting. So if the text you've copied has some font, has some different color, is italicized, bold, this tool is going to help you to copy the text or the image or the table or the chart, including its specific formatting. Then the font group contains size of the text, bolding the text, italicizing the text, striking through the text, superscript and subscript of a text. We look into formatting much later. For now, we have looked at MS tabs, Microsoft Office tabs. We have realized that every tab has groups and each group has specific commands, and they are differentiated by a boundary. After every group you have a boundary. You can see a boundary after every group. Now this applies to all the tabs. After every group there's a boundary. Now insert tab has page group, table group, illustration group, adds in group, media group, link group, comment group, and so on and so forth. So all these commands are used specifically when you want to do a particular thing that is required under that particular tab. Now, other than the commands we see here and the tabs and so on and so forth, there are other important parts of our document. One of it is the text area. Now, the text area is the area where you put your text. For example, if you write something and then you highlight, you can see this document is highlighting everything downward. But beyond that, it cannot highlight anything because the document is blank. Now, this is called text area because that's where you can only put your cursor. For example, if you try to put your cursor outside here, it will definitely not work. You can see you cannot put a cursor. There is no way you can put a cursor here. A cursor can only appear inside the text area here. Let me magnify this a little bit. So you can only put a cursor inside the text area. This is called the text area. And in the text area, there are other important parts. For example, above here is called a header. If you double click the header here, you'll see it opens an additional tab, and this tab has additional commands, and these commands are grouped into different groups. For example, the first group is called header and footer group, insert group, navigation group, option group, position group, and close. Now, close is when you are done with your editing of the header, so you just click and then the cursor will disappear from the header. Now, this header is we also have a footer here. So you can write something on the header here. For example, if you want to write your name, you want to insert a page number, and let's say you want to insert a page number, so you come to header and footer, page number, select page number, select where you want the page number to appear. So it will be at the top, obviously, because you clicked on the header, and you want the page number to be on the right hand side. Then you click OK. So you realize that here the page number comes in, and then maybe you want to write your surname there. So you'll have a page number appearing like that, and then surname you can put it here. Maybe your surname is James. You're going to put it like that. Now this is called a header, and this will apply to all the document that you've created. Now this header will appear in all the document. If we create another document here, this is page number 2, we create another page, page number 3, we create another page, page number 4. Even if we create 500 pages, the name, surname, James, and page number will appear systematically as they are arranged from the bottom. Okay, now our function for this video is not to demonstrate how to edit. Our function is very simple. Our function is to explain what you see when you open our document. Now, we have seen that you're going to see a header, you're going to see the text area, you're going to see a header, and you're going to see a footer. Other than the header, the text area, and the footer, there are also other invisible parts that are called margin. You can see here, you cannot force this cursor to go to the line here. So the cursor has stayed there, and even if you try to put it here, the cursor will not appear. So the cursor can only appear from the beginning of the margin. So this is the margin edge here. This is the beginning of the text area, and that's the only place the cursor can appear. Similarly, on the right hand side, there is another invisible margin. For example, if we put some text here, let's say we are going to put some text here, or we put a line. You can see this line does not prolong all the way to the end. Even if we put many lines, you can see that these lines will never ever go beyond this point. So they are aligned systematically using invisible boundaries that are called margin. Now this margin help you to organize your work such that it does not come too much to the edge here and does not start too much from the edge. Now again, our function is not to format or to edit anything. Our function is to understand Word document from the inside. Now I talked about adding headers and footers, and we are done with headers and footer. We are done with the margins on the both the left and the right side. We are done with the text area. I talked about adding and removing tabs, and I said I added this tab called Zotero, and I added this tab called Grammarly. Now this can be done simply by, if you're using a Mac, ensure your Word document is open, and on the right hand side there is a menu section for your Mac. If you're not having a Mac, you're using a Microsoft, on the left hand side top corner of your Word document there is a section called File or Home. Click on it. Now for my case, I'm using a Mac. I will click on the outside of the Word document, so you will not see where I'm clicking, but it's at the top of the Word document. And once I do that, I'm directed to a section called About Microsoft Office Preferences. Now I want to go to Preferences, and when you open Preferences, you'll see this. Now this section is very important because it helps you to manage Word document and everything that you see in it. For example, we are not interested in having Zotero or Grammarly. We'll come here to Ribbons and Tools. You open Ribbons and Tools. Now from Ribbons and Tools, you'll have Quick Access bar, and you have Ribbons and Tools. And then you have an option here where you can choose the type of command. Now I want to control commands called tabs, all tabs. You see here all the tabs are here, starting from Home, Insert, Draw, Design, the way they were organized. Then you have this tab called Grammarly that I don't want. So I'll click on Grammarly, and I don't want it here. So these are all the list of the tabs that you can have. And this on the right hand side is the list of all the tabs that I already have. So if you want to remove a tab, you'll come on the right hand side and look for the tab that you want to remove. So let's assume you don't want to use the tab called developer. You want to remove it from your list of tabs on the Word document. So you'll come to your function. If you're using Microsoft Office, you'll go to a button called Home or File. If you're using a Mac, you'll ensure your Word document is open. And at the top left hand side, you're going to see a Word. Click on it, select Preferences. Under Preferences, you'll choose Ribbon and Tools. You open Ribbon and Tools. You come here and select Main tab. You can see here it is also selected Main tab. Remember, your aim is to remove developer from the list of tabs at the top here. So you come here and highlight developer and click save, and then you can close this. You realize that developer has already disappeared. Now that is the simplest way of removing and adding a tab in your Word document. Now, other than removing and adding a tab, there are other quick access tools like this when you want to save a document, when you want to do something, when you want to draw a table. For example, if I want to insert a text box, I'll just come and click this text box here, and I'll be able to draw it. Now, otherwise, in a normal situation where I don't have this shortcut, I'll have to come all the way to insert, I have to come to saves, I have to come to text box, and now I can be able to draw. That's a lot of work. If you can be able to create a shortcut, it means I just need to come and click here, and then I'm done drawing. So how do you add or remove these things? You'll do the same way. If you're using a Mac, go to Word, choose Preference. Under Preference, you come to Ribbons here. Under Ribbons here, you're going to see how you can customize ribbons and how you can customize your commands. Now, if you select all commands here, you're going to have all the commands that you can have, that you want to have. If you want to remove a certain command, if you want to have tool tabs, if you want to have a certain command added from this side, you just need to, let's say you want to add a command called change graphic or chart type. You just click on it, and then you click there. Then it says the command will be added. Then if you click save, You can see here the command has already appeared at the top left hand side. So you can add all these aspects one by one. You take time on it. You can add all these tabs. You can remove or add or replace, but you cannot change the name. You cannot do editing the name. You can only remove or add. You can add all these commands here. If you have many here, you can have, if you have many of them, they are going to be listed in terms of the three dots and so on and so forth. Now, once we understood what is inside our document, another logical thing to do is to understand what can we do if we have some content already saved on our Word document. Or how can we save the document? Now, there are many ways of saving our document. If we have successfully added a shortcut here, you'll want to click Save As. This Save As is a symbol of save with a pen on it, meaning you are saving the Word document for the first time. Now, there's a difference between save and save as. Now, save is when you have already saved the document in the first instance and you are saving changes. If you are saving the document for the first time, you're going to click Save As. Now, that's one option. The second option is to save through the shortcut. Now, the shortcut available at the top left-hand side of your Word document. Another way is to use command shortcuts. Now, if you are using iOS, yours will be simple. You're going to press Command plus S. If you're using a Microsoft window, you're going to use Control plus S. So they function the same way. These are the shortcuts for saving your Word document, but the most sure way for a beginner is always go to the Word, or always go to the file, and the file, click Save As. Now, when you come to Save As, there are two options of saving your document. The first one is where do you want to save the document? And the second one is what do you want to name the document? Now, you want to name this document tutorial 1. So we call it MS Word tutorial 1. We want to save it on a desktop. So you come here and click desktop. That's it. Now that is local saving. So you're saving inside your machine. So if you're using a laptop or a desktop, you're going to save it inside the desktop. There is another option where you want to save it online. So online could be things like OnDrive, you want to save it on Google, and so on and so forth. So you just click on it. The option will be the same. You have the name here and the file format. Your operating system will automatically select the file format for you. So you don't need to change the file format. It will automatically change it for you because it already understands you are working on our document. It will automatically choose the file format as the Word document. However, if you want to change it to maybe PDF, you can just click on this. Then it will give you all these styles. You can change it to plain text, you can change it to PDF, you can change it to micros, and so on and so forth. Now, for our case, we don't want to change this document. We don't want to save this document on OneDrive. We want to save it inside our Mac. So we save it on my Mac. We click on Mac, then it will take us back where we can save the document under on my desktop, and you are calling it MS Word tutorial 1, and we just click save. That's it. We have our document already saved, and try to show it to you. We have it right here. Now this is our document I'm referring to. This is our document I'm referring to, and to open it, you just double click and it will open. Now that you have saved the document, we can try to add some text. Assume now what you're writing is something sensitive and you don't want to share with other people, or you don't want a person accessing your computer to tamper with it. What you do, you come to the review tab here, and the review tab you're going to say protect my document, and here you're going to choose a password, and so to choose a password that you can remember. For example, in our case, we can say 1 2 3 4 5, and then you're going to confirm the password 1 2 3 4 5, and then you're going to click OK. Then we will say protect my document. Now when you click protect my document, you'll be asked what do you want the document to be protected from. One of it is maybe you want it to be read only, such that the person who is accessing your document cannot be able to edit That read only means I can only read, I cannot do the changes. So you just click OK here, and you see that if you try to highlight and delete, it cannot work. If you try to do anything on this document, it cannot work. Now that's how to protect the document after you have saved it, and that's the simplest way of understanding the Microsoft Office from the beginning. Now this discussion can be more extensive because it also include understanding how to edit and so on and so forth. And now we can be able to do changes because I've removed the password. Now that's basically how a Microsoft Office Word look from the inside, and what you can be able to do to it, how you can manipulate it, and the major changes you can do to the appearance or the style of the Microsoft Word document. I hope that was helpful. If anything, look forward to a video every Monday and Tuesday for more tips and tutorials on Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, and other programs that are useful for a student and a scholar. Thank you.